are gods, we are kings. We march in faith cause we believe we can change the world to what it needs. Stand against our enemies cause we can. Yeah, can't nothing ever stop us. Take one and another will rise up. We'll endure until we reach the end. We are gods, we are kings, demanding change cause we believe we can.
People need to understand. We just found out that we're at the bottom of society. Now, we're at the bottom of society because the Most High cursed us for our rebellion against His laws.
That's right.
All right? So we're going to read the promises if we keep His laws. Come on, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
These are the benefits for keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Come on, read.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
God said if we listen to Him diligently. How do we listen to God? His words are in the Bible.
That's
His
right.
voice is the Bible. So you have to open up the Bible to see what God expects of us. Come on, read.
To observe and to do all His commandments.
Do some of His commandments.
All His commandments.
He said if we do all His commandments, read.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
He said He was going to put the Israelite above all nations of the earth if we kept His commandments.
That's right.
That's one of the benefits. Read on.
And all these blessings.
All these what?
All these blessings.
See that right there? We ain't blessed over here on Goodfella and Lily. Read it again.
And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee.
He said He's going to overflow us with blessings if we keep His commandments.
That's right.
But we have done the exact opposite. That's why we at the bottom of society. Read on.
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Read.
Blessed shall be in the city.
Read it again.
Blessed shall thou be in the city.
Guess what? We will be blessed in the city. Now you know what I've been hearing? I've been hearing brothers say that they know who they are. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Now we know what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to keep His commandments.
That's right.
All right? That's the requirement. You understand? Come on, read that. Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Here's the expectation. God has a requirement. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
Guess what? We don't fear God over here in the city. We show no fear of God. Why? How I know that? Because we don't read His book.
That's right.
We don't know what it contains. Only thing we know is what the Christian pastor ever told us about God.
That's right.
We've never opened the book up and read it. So we're going to read it. Read it again for the top.
And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
God finna tell you what He requires. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
Read.
To walk in all His ways.
He said we must walk in all of His ways. Read.
And to love Him.
Do what?
And to love Him.
When you walk in God's ways, that's the only way you can love Him.
That's right.
That's the only way you can say I love God, when you're walking in His ways. Read on.
And to serve the Lord thy God.
Read.
With all thy heart and with all thy soul.
And with all thy heart, like all thy soul. Read.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Guess what? The black man on Goodfella and Lillian does not know the commandments of God.
That's right.
So we're going to bring out some of the commandments of God so we can show that we love God. So we can show that we believe God. Give me Numbers 15 and verse 38.
Get out.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Because these are the requirements to get the kingdom of heaven. And I want the kingdom of heaven. Read.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the children of God. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes and the borders of their garments.
He said, put fringes on the border of your garments. This is a requirement that God set out for us to get the kingdom, for us to be above all nations. Read that requirement again.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes and the borders of their garments.
Read.
Throughout their generation.
That means you're supposed to have fringes on. Your children are supposed to have fringes on. Their children, when they have them, supposed to have fringes on.
That's right.
These are fringes. This is what the child of God's supposed to wear. The children of God wear fringes.
Bring it out.
Read.
That's
That they
right.
put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And on the border of the garment, on top of the fringe, there is a ribbon of blue. If you say you believe in God, you wear fringes and a border of blue on it. That's what God says. That's a requirement to enter into the kingdom.
That's
Read
right.
it again from the top.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes and the borders of their garments throughout their generation.
Guess what? When you put your fringes on, it teaches your children to put on fringes. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
That's why you put the fringe on your garment, so you can remember to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Because grace ain't gonna save you if you ain't keeping God's laws.
That's right.
Read on.
Remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And what?
And do them.
That's your job as a child of God. You're supposed to do His commandments. One of His commandments is that you put fringes and a border of blue on. Read on.
And that ye seek not after your own heart.
Guess what? When you seek after your own heart, that's when you're not doing what God says. Read on.
And your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring.
Guess what? When you're not doing what God says, you're gonna do everything else you see. And everything else you see is not in agreement with God. When you open up your eyes, guess what you see? You see transgenders. You see men, grown men, calling their son a woman.
That's right.
Referring to their son as a she. Talking about Dwayne Wade. That's what you see with your eyes, and that's what you hear with your ears. But this is God's voice. We read that this is God's voice, and we're supposed to listen to Him. Read on.
That ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God.
And be what?
Holy unto your God.
When you're not doing what God says, you are not holy. I don't care what you say. If I see you doing something and it's not in the Bible, you're unholy.
That's right.
It is what it is. Give me that in Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 20. No, Leviticus 20 and 26. I think that's what it is. Yeah, read that. Leviticus 20 and verse 26.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
God says that we are supposed to be holy. Read.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
Read.
And have severed you.
He did what?
And have severed
He
you
severed us. That means He separated us. Read.
from other people.
He said He separated us from other people. That means we're supposed to dress different. We're supposed to walk different. We're supposed to talk and do things differently.
That's
Be
right.
holy. That's what we're supposed to do.
Bring it out.
We're supposed to mimic the other nations. Give me that in Proverbs chapter 3. Give me that in Proverbs chapter 3.
Teach.
Right now, I'm looking at a bunch of black and Hispanics that mimic the other nations. They want to be like the white man. They want to be like the Arab man. They want to be like the Chinese man. They look in the mirror and they hate themselves. Come on, read that.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
What God say?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
God says, do not envy the one that is oppressing you.
That's right.
You know who oppressing you? You looking at him every day when you when you go buy some shrimp and fish and chicken.
Bring it out.
That's your oppressor.
That's right.
Read it again.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
God says, envy not the oppressor. Read.
And choose none of his ways.
God, choose some of his ways.
Choose none of his ways.
Do some of the things he want to do.
Choose none of his
He's
ways.
supposed to choose no way of theirs. You know a way of the oppressor? Eating pork, eating shrimp. Those are the ways of the oppressor. Celebrating Christmas, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving. Those are the ways of the oppressor.
Right.
God said, don't do those things.
That's
Don't
right.
celebrate your birthday. That is a way of the oppressor.
That's right.
You hear that, brother? You ain't supposed to be celebrating your birthday. That is a sin according to God. Read it again.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
God says don't envy the oppressor. Read.
And choose none of his ways.
Don't choose none of their ways. Don't choose none of their ways. Let me show you the ways of God. Give me that Leviticus 21 verse 5.
Bring it out.
Leviticus chapter 20 verse 21 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
I'll show you some godly ways because we want our people to get the kingdom. And guess what? If you don't want to hearken, you marked. You know better. Come on, read.
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5.
Come on.
They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
God says that you're not supposed to make your head bald.
That's
You're not supposed to make your head bald. That's according to God. Read again.
They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
And guess what? The black man ain't supposed to be walking around with no goatee. He's supposed to have a full beard.
That's right.
If you can grow a full beard, you're supposed to grow your full beard. You ain't supposed to be having no cuts and shaving, no designs in them. That is a sin according to God. Read it again.
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
God said, don't make your head bald. Now, if you're going bald, that's one. If you're going bald, that's one thing. He said, don't make it bald. Read on.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard,
And you ain't supposed to destroy your beard. They didn't know that.
nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
Guess what? You ain't supposed to be getting no tattoos neither. A lot of our people get tattoos on them. Because somebody died, maybe a child died or something like that, and get a baby tattoo on them. God said you're not supposed to do that. That's a sin according to God. Give me that 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
You got time.
2:20. Teach.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Let's find out what sin is. Because a lot of our people don't even understand what sin is. Come on, read.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
God says sin is the transgression of God's laws. Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8. He that committeth sin is of the devil.
Read it again.
He that committeth sin is of the devil.
Guess what? If you don't know God's laws, statutes, and commandments, and you breaking them, you are of the devil.
That's right.
You are worshiping the devil. Read it again.
He that committeth sin.
I just told you what sin is. The Bible just showed you what sin is. It's breaking God's law. So read it again.
He that committeth sin is of the devil.
If you are in the midst of sin, whether you know what sin is or not, you still serving the devil. It is what it is. Read on.
For the devil sinneth from the beginning.
The devil sinned from the beginning. Read.
For this purpose the Son of God was manifested.
That's why you see the sons of God out here telling you what sin is and telling you what's right according to God.
That's
Read
right.
for the manifestation of the sons of God.
That's
right.
That he might destroy the works of the devil.
Guess what? That's why we out here rebuking your sin and telling you to come out of it. Read on.
Whosoever is born of God doth not commit sin.
So if you say you believe in God, read it again.
Whosoever is born of God doth not commit sin.
So if you say you believe in God, you do not commit sin. That means that you in this book trying to find out what sin is so you don't commit it.
That's right.
Read on.
For his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God.
He cannot sin because he's born of God. Why? Because he's aware of his sins. He's aware of what sin is.
That's right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.